German goodies from Feli. I keep forgetting which one it is, but 15 false cognates in German and English. I don't even know enough English to know what the hell that is.
Yeah, I'm still learning English apparently.
Cognate definition. From linguistics of a word having the same linguistic derivation as another from the same original word or root. Related, connected, cognate subjects such as physics and chemistry. Okay, so they go together.
Okay.
I don't know. Anyway, We'll find out.
Cool. Now you know. Thank you, public school. All right.
3, 2, 1.
Hold on, what is das Boot? Is this a billion or is this a billion? And is this a dirty word or no? These 15 words exist in both German and English, but even though they look really similar, they do not mean the same.
I mean, come on. Dick is in the first little bit, so it just gotta be a fun one.
We have to check this out. I need to know. I need to know what the hell's going on.
Hell yeah.
Hello, servus, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Feli. I'm originally from Munich, Germany, but I've been living here in Cincinnati, Ohio, on and off since 2016. Many of you probably know that the German and English languages are actually related. They're both considered Germanic languages, and they also both use a lot of words of Latin and Greek origin. So for English speakers learning German, and vice versa, it's not uncommon to stumble across a word that you recognize, like this German word. Or this one. Or this one. You've probably guessed what they translate to. Fish is fish. Same pronunciation in both languages, just different spelling. Hand is hand. Same spelling, different pronunciation. And Papier means paper. I'm not gonna lie, as a German, this made learning English a whole lot easier than if every single word had been completely unfamiliar. In fact, to this day, whenever I don't know the English word for something, I often just go ahead and try to pronounce the German word in an English way and see if people have any clue what I'm referring to. And I'd say about half the time it kind of works. But unfortunately, there are also words that look like something you know, but have a completely different meaning. In school, our teachers always refer to those kinds of words as false friends, but internationally, I think they're more commonly known as false cognates. And if you don't pay close enough attention, these words can get you in some pretty tricky situations. The list of false cognates between German and English is endless, and I actually already made a video about some of these a few years ago. I'll link that video in the description for you. Okay. The word gift, for example, in English is something amazing, meaning present, right? But in German, gift means poison. So if you're not careful, this can lead to some pretty confusing conversations. Hey,
let this one play. Hold on.
How are you? Thanks so much for the dinner invite. Here, I brought you a gift. A gift? Wait, did you think we had rats here or something? Yeah, and there are a lot of other words that we need to talk about.
Okay.
That's pretty, you know what? That's pretty big. Yeah. Wow. Poison? Bro.
Yeah.
I brought you some poison. I wrapped it nicely, though.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Gift you some rat poison.
That is awesome.
Yeah. It reminds me of when we did South Africa and, saying colored over there is not offensive as it is in the United States.
Yeah.
That's
exactly
the only thing I think of, but there's going to be a lot more in here. We haven't even gotten to number 1.
So, are you ready to order?
Yes, I'm becoming the chicken, please. With a side salad.
So, you want to order the chicken?
Yes.
Okay.
Isn't that what I said? Sir, what was it that confused you about the customer's order?
She said that she was becoming a chicken, not ordering a chicken.
I see. Let's try to solve this problem. Try these and then each of you speak in their own language. Ich bekomme bitte einmal das Hähnchen mit einem Beilagensalat.
I'll have the chicken with a side salad, please.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds great.
Oh ja, das hört sich großartig an.
This one actually happens quite a lot in real life because the German word bekommen and the English to become are just so similar. But in German, bekommen means to get or to receive, while in English, to become means to turn into something in this context. But in both languages, these words can have other meanings as well. In German, you can also use it when you want to talk about how you're reacting to certain foods, for example, like if you can stomach something or not, as in, die Milch ist mir nicht gut bekommen. I didn't stomach the milk very well. Okay, so I got a question for you. What is this thing called?
We heard. This is the one I feel like we've touched on ETS. Das Boot means the boat.
The boat, yeah. Because in our Patreon movie series, we did some World War II things that were German translated, and we figured this one out pretty quickly. Yeah.
And you know what didn't help this though? Globally was the movie called Beer Fest.
Yeah.
Okay. Where they were calling Das Boot. Okay, I'm just saying they called it Das Boot.
Yeah, I've never seen that one, so hopefully Patreon will pick that one of these days. Yeah.
I know what most of you are thinking.
Why does the last guy chug out of a shoe? It's no shoe! It's just boot!
But what this movie didn't tell you is that this word is also a false friend.
Hallo.
Hallo.
Ich suche das Boot.
Sie suchen ein Boot? Also ich glaube, wir haben hier eine Postkarte mit einem Boot drauf. Aber sonst haben wir, glaube ich, keine Boote. Das tut mir leid.
Nein, das Boot. So I'm looking for this beer mug that's shaped like a boot.
Ich suche diesen Bierkrug in Form eines Stiefels.
Ach, einen Stiefel suchen Sie.
Oh, you're looking for a boot.
So this word is spelled the same in English and in German, but it's pronounced differently and has a different meaning. In German, it's pronounced Boot, and it actually translates to boat. So when you say das Boot to a German, they'll either think that you're asking for a boat, or they think of this German movie that was called Das Boot. But they wouldn't really think of this. In English, of course, a boot is a type of shoe, what we would call Stiefel in German. And we actually also sometimes use the English word boot, like when we speak about specific type of shoes, such as ankle boots or moon boots.
So I got my Christmas bonus.
Oh, congratulations! Do you know what you want to do with it? You could spend it.
Yeah, there's this suit that I've had my eye on for like months.
No, I meant to charity. Ich wollte nur wissen, ob du in Erwägung gezogen hast, das Geld zu spenden.
I just wanted to know if you would consider donating the money.
Oh, you meant like donating.
Du meintest eine Spende?
So in German, spenden is to donate, while to spend, which does look extremely similar, simply means Geld ausgeben in German. So they both have to do with money, but still have a very different meaning. Let's stick with the
Yeah, wow, just so far, a lot of these are just, gotta be careful.
Holy crap.
Not assume that they're speaking English if you're an native English speaker in Germany.
Yeah, how much did you spend? All of it. Dang, you're very generous.
I donated it. You're a charitable person.
What?
I mean, you gave them your whole Das Boot, right?
Yeah. Like what? You gave them a boat? Every day.
Yeah.
in German. So they both have to do with money, but still have a very different meaning. Let's stick with the topic of money and numbers for a moment, because this one leads to a lot of confusion when German and English speakers talk about numbers, and it can make a pretty big difference. Like, a really big difference. So we all know that Jeff Bezos is a billionaire, right? Well, in German, he's not a billionaire, he's a milliardaire. But in theory, he could be a billionaire one day if he added 3 more zeros to his net worth. Because in German, it goes Million. This is where English and German speakers agree. Then Milliarde. Then Billion. Billiarde. And then Trillion, and so on.
Wow. Oh, well, that's... Wow. Okay, that's blowing my mind right there. So what is Jeff Bezos? He's a milliardaire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
English, however, everything is shifted by one step because it goes million, billion, trillion, quadrillion, and quintillion. This is what we call a trillion in German. The reason for this is that in the US and most of the English-speaking world, as well as Brazil and Arabic-speaking countries, it's common to use the so-called short scale for these large numbers. While in Germany and most of continental Europe, we use what's called the long scale. So in German, Billionäre don't exist yet, but in English, they definitely do.
Oh, speaking of, how's your niece doing?
Oh, she's doing great. She's in 10th grade now and she's engaged at her school.
Whoa, wait a second. She's engaged to someone at school?
Huh? Naja, sie ist super engagiert an ihrer Schule.
She's super involved in her school.
Oh, she's involved. That's good for her.
Oh, sie ist involviert. Schön für sie.
So in English, when people are engaged, that usually means that they're about to get married. Verlobt sein in German. But in German, sich engagieren or engagiert sein translates to being involved or being very committed to something. Now,
I mean, engaged can mean that you're involved in the English language. I've heard those two interchanged with one another. So
yeah, I mean that's pretty common vernacular within the military as well.
Yeah,
yeah.
So
we're not married to the enemy.
Right. We're engaged.
we're about to engage the enemy. Get the rings ready, bros.
Yeah. Put those AR-15s aside. It's time for the wedding bands.
Let's battle them with love. Oh God.
I think that's the opposite.
Yes.
could also say that someone is engaging in illegal activities, for example, meaning sich an illegalen Machenschaften beteiligen. So I also went through the comments that you guys left on my last False Friends video. I know it's been over 3 years, but some of these are hilarious. Like this one. My German classmate once said, "The sentence is short and pregnant." I've never come across this one in my life, but I can definitely see this happening. I kind of wonder why the words are so similar when their meaning is so vastly different. So pregnant in English obviously means you're having a baby. In German, this would be schwanger. But prägnant in German means concise. So something is to the point, like short but very clear. So no, the person was not trying to say that the sentence was expecting a baby.
Yo. That would throw me, bro. That would throw me. It's like that kind of, it sounds, because, you know, we're trained to just hear English no matter what, right? So if someone says a word that's almost right there, we're like, oh, yep, you're talking about a baby. Like, no, we're talking about concise. Like, oh, you're not. Hey, congratulations.
I mean, look, something that is pregnant could lead to getting pregnant. I'm just saying.
Yep.
We're not that different, you and I.
Nope.
Hi, it's my first day. Where can I find the tablets?
Tablets? Like the ordering machines?
No, that's not what I mean. Ich suche die Serviertablets.
I'm looking for the serving trays.
Oh, you mean trays. They're right over there.
Du meinst Tablets? Sie sind gleich da drüben.
Danke.
Thanks.
So a tablet in English can mean many things. It can be something like an iPad or a tablet from another brand, or it could also be a pill, like medication. And that meaning actually aligns with the German word Tablette. That's what we call any type of pill usually. But the German word Tablett actually means tray, like a tray that you carry things around.
Dude, did you see the actual weather report?
What do you mean? Is there an unactual weather report?
I mean, the most actual one, the one from today. It says there might be a tornado warning.
So maybe you guessed it from this example, but the German was referring to the latest weather report, or weather forecast, whatever you want to call it. And the confusion here goes back to the German word aktuell, which means current, or up to date, or the latest. But even though it looks super similar to the English word, actual would be more like tatsächlich in German. And actually, with ly at the end, which is used a lot here in everyday speech, can be translated to tatsächlich or eigentlich. So in German, you would say der aktuelle Wetterbericht, but in English, it's more common to say the latest weather report instead.
Oh, is that a new scarf?
Yes, I just got it the other day.
Oh, it looks nice. And that's great fabric.
How do you know where it was made?
No, I just mean the fabric. It's really soft and nice.
Nein, ich meine nur, dass der Stoff wirklich weich und schön ist.
Ach so, der Stoff. Ja, auf jeden Fall.
Oh, the material. Yes, definitely.
So fabric in English refers to the materials that we make clothes and other textiles out of. Stoff or Gewebe in German. But the German word Fabrik actually translates to factory.
Hey, how was your day?
I don't know why that's funny. Fabric. Factory.
I mean,
fabric. I can see it.
I can see it's like that. It's fabricated.
Yeah, fabricated in a factory.
I get it.
Why not?
Not reaching too far with that one.
Yeah.
Fabrik actually translates to factory.
Hey, how was your date?
It was all right. She was a little ordinary.
Ordinary. Sounds like there's a story there.
No story. That's kind of the point.
Huh?
I didn't say anything crazy happened. She's just a little ordinary, you know?
Ich habe nicht gesagt, dass etwas Verrücktes passiert ist. Sie ist einfach ein bisschen gewöhnlich.
Ach so, ich habe das total missverstanden. Ich dachte, sie wäre dir zu ordinär.
Oh, I totally misunderstood that. I thought she was too vulgar for you.
This is another one where the English and the German meaning couldn't be further apart from each other. So the German word ordinär translates more to something like vulgar or even gross, while ordinary in English means normal, average, nothing unusual. So pretty different vibes here.
Whoa.
So would you, to our German friends, would you say that we're quite ordinaire sometimes in how we conduct ourselves as Americans?
Yeah. Let us know.
Yeah.
Average, nothing unusual. So pretty different vibes here.
Willst du mich heiraten? Will you marry me?
This one sounds super similar in English and in German, even though the English will and the German will don't mean the same. In German, we're asking, do you want to marry me? And then at the actual wedding ceremony, the couple ideally responds with, ja, ich will. Yes, I want to. Will and willst are conjugated forms of the verb wollen, which means to want. In English, will is a form of the future tense, so English speakers don't ask if their partners want to marry them, but if they're going to marry them. Will would be werden in German, so wirst du mich heiraten? But I feel like there's probably some historical linguistic explanation as to why these two proposal phrases are so similar to each other, because up until a few hundred years ago, Old English actually still sounded very similar to German. I once attended a meeting between a German and an American, and at the end, the German handed a bunch of documents to the American and asked if he wanted a map, which of course confused the American. Thanks for sharing the story with us. Yeah, so in German, a Mappe looks somewhat like this, so like a folder or a portfolio, while a map in English is something that shows you where you are and how to get from A to B. In German, we'd usually call this a Karte or a Plan in some cases, like a Stadtplan. But this one's actually kind of tricky to remember as a German native speaker because we kind of call everything a Karte that's presenting us information on a flat piece of paper. So this is a Karte, this is also a Karte, this is a Karte, this is a Karte, this is a Karte, and so on.
I would be like, the fuck is going on if I'm like, check the map and someone gives me like a freaking folder, like
a portfolio.
There you go. Like,
what? You want to see my resume?
Like, it's just it's a map quest. Like, excuse me, there's no directions on here at all.
Oh man!
Wow.
Map quest.
Yep.
That would mean something completely different over there. That would be Cat Quest.
Yeah.
It would have all your information on there.
Yeah,
like
I guess
smartphone.
Yeah, MapQuest would be different over there too, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And then when we learn English, we have to remember that a Karte that shows directions is a map. A Karte that shows food options at a restaurant is a menu. A Karte that allows you to enter a concert or to ride the train, like a Konzertkarte or Fahrkarte, is a ticket, and so on. At least these things are also called card in English. A business card and credit card. Or a postcard is a card in both languages. Okay, this one's a classic and something that all English speakers who learn German struggle with at the beginning and vice versa. So in English, we have the question word where and the question word who. In German, we have wer and wo. Looks super similar, right? But when we're asking wer ist das, we're not asking where is this, we're actually asking who is this? And to ask where, we'd say wo ist das? So long story short, the meanings of these words are flipped.
Oh my god, that would be so confusing.
This is a big one.
Like that, just like go like that. Something like that.
But who does that? That would throw my train of thought off.
No. It's, where does that? Nobody does that over here. Unless you speak German. So and
then in that case, there does that.
Yeah. And who are these people? And where can we find them?
Oh my god.
American education failed us so badly. Oh man.
Where is wo and who is wer? Okay, so for these last two, I got my support actor on camera because I want to see if you can guess what these words mean.
Okay.
So what do you think when you see this word?
After?
Yeah. How do you think it could be pronounced in German?
After.
After?
Yeah. After. After.
Okay. What do you think it could mean?
After, but I know it's not after.
Yeah. No, it's not. Why do you think that what are you here for it?
I don't know, to embarrass me.
So we pronounce it after.
After. Okay, so it's close.
It's a body part.
Oh,
It's a very intimate body part. I hope they're not going to demonetize me, but it's just anatomy, right?
Is it dude or chick?
Both.
Your foot.
No. It also starts with an A in English. It's
An ass.
Yes, more specifically.
An asshole.
Yes, what's the official term for that in English?
Anus.
Yes. And we also do say anus in German. I think that's the Latin medical term. And then after is, I think, the German medical term.
After.
But so yeah, after in German, asshole. After in English is just a preposition for time. So
We'll
very
remember.
different.
Yo. we didn't like no one during this council meeting, the great council meeting that we all had once, we didn't just clear this up.
No.
We didn't be like, hey, you know what? Meh, could be, or those people were just like, let's watch this shit burn.
They wanted to watch it burn.
What the difference? What are you doing after? Like, what the fuck did you just call me?
There are afters for doing that.
Oh
Man.
my god.
Very false friends. Okay, I kind of feel like we're like in 7th grade, but I saved the very best one for last.
Okay.
What do you think when you see this word?
Dick. I mean...
That's what you think it's pronounced in German? Dich?
No, it's not dick. It's just dick. It's
Dick, yeah.
Yeah,
It's pronounced the same.
The same spelling. It's not the CH. So
Yeah,
no,
it's the exact
like,
same pronunciation too.
Yeah.
In English,
What I would usually think is like the male genitalia.
yeah.
Is it still like a body part?
No, this one is an adjective and not dirty at all.
Okay, that changes.
Completely normal adjective.
Is it like a good
I mean, it depends on the context, but I mean, it can be used, for example, when talking about someone's body and then it's not good. But it can also be used when you talk about a winter blanket or a winter coat and then it's good.
fluffy?
Kind of. So I could say, for example, deine Winterjacke ist ja ganz schön dick. Ist dir das nicht zu warm? Meaning, your winter coat is very, isn't that too warm for you?
Thick.
Thick?
Yes, okay,
exactly.
yes.
Or I could also say, ich glaube, für das Kleid bin ich zu dick. Meaning, I think I'm a little too for this dress.
Thick.
Too thick or too big in this case.
Fat.
Okay, yeah. Dick.
Now in English, as we said, this can be like a colloquial, like
Yeah, thick or big or fat. I wish.
You know what though? You know what though? I mean, I don't think anyone in German is just yelling out "dick."
Unless I mean, they are very straightforward and honest. So maybe they are to someone
There's
that
like
has
fat.
had a
It's like fat.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
But then over here, you yell that at other people all the time.
dickhead.
Dickhead, dick. Like, yeah, that's okay.
The fact that Felly is appreciative of a good dick joke, you're invited to the cookout.
Yep. I feel like this isn't. I mean, it's pretty big difference, but the way. Yeah, right. I know. It's just like we're gonna walk into all of them here. Right? It's in the Fuck, my train of thought's gone.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
You bastard. You potty-headed bastard. All right.
I'm such an after. I know.
I know. It's all right. I'll figure it out. Oh, the context. The context around the German use of that word.
Yeah.
There's a lot more, I feel like, than over here. It's just quick to the point.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
Yep.
Slang term for a penis,
Yeah.
but it can also be used just like as an insult, right? You can call someone a dick
Yeah.
as an insult.
Yeah.
Or it can also be a name, right?
Yeah, it's short for Richard.
Yeah.
Which is kind of random.
there's
I've never
also
understood that.
Dick's Sporting Goods,
Yeah, Dick's
like
Sporting
named
Goods.
after someone named Dick, right?
Yeah. I think everyone had that moment where, like, in the second or third grade, like at least my age and like a little bit older, where they went to dicks.com and you were in for quite the surprise.
So the dicks.com does not belong to the sporting goods.
It used to not
business.
to, but after that, I made sure to type in dicksportinggoods.com from now on.
Okay, which of these false friends or false cognates surprised you the most? Have you ever struggled with these yourself? Or can you think of more words that fall under this category?
Okay. I wanted to hear which one surprised you the most? I'm thinking dick.
After and pregnant.
Yeah, those ones.
Oh, and the who? Like,
who and what or whatever that was.
As far as like the biggest probable, like I will trip up on them, is that right there.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That shit. Oh my god.
That
would take me a lifetime.
Yeah. Whew. Well, this was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
Keep it going in the comments. Like, what other false friends or false cognates, whatever. Anyway, which ones are your favorites and which one did they miss?
Yes, and let us know if you ever struggled with this very specific situations, trying to relay a point or talking or trying to learn German or English that you found. Yeah. Because there's some there. Yeah. I feel like we can find some pretty funny ones.
Yeah. Look forward to reading those. Thank you for watching. Consider subscribing and watching another video. Thank you, channel members.
Yep.
What now, Dan?
Unplug and do something legendary.
And don't be an after about it. Later.